Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video, we're going to be using the 3D scanner to scan this Iceman's lower legs so that we can make him some fancy ice boots. They're not really boots, but they're going to look like ice chunks to look like the original AOA, or maybe not original, the cool looking AOA Iceman to match the original toy that came out forever ago. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to scan the figure's feet. Now, he's made out of translucent blue plastic, which basically impossible to scan. So I did put some baby powder on him. I powdered him up, and the scanner picked him up no problem. It was great. Without the powder, it wouldn't be able to do it at all because it's using blue lasers and it's blue plastic that would just eat the lasers. So that's useless. But with a little bit of baby powder, or you could use like dry shampoo or whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't use that kind of stuff. You can make it work. And it worked perfectly with just a little bit of baby powder brushed on there. Scanned perfectly, got his feet scanned, and then I scanned the original Iceman parts that came with the old Toy Biz figure like 40 years ago or whatever it was, and that worked also by using the baby powder. No problem at all with the scan. That was great. I'll talk about the meshing again briefly here, and also with these, the boot parts, if you want to call them that, or the big ice feet thingies. It did an exceptional job of scanning these things. After I put the powder on them, it worked perfectly. It was even trying to get inside, which I wasn't even trying to do. I didn't put any powder in there, but it was catching the little peg that held these things onto the original figure's feet. It was even getting the peg. Now, it didn't get it perfectly because I didn't put any powder on it, and it just couldn't do it. But it did a good enough job that I could easily go in there and be like, okay, well, that's where the peg is. Just put a new peg in there, and it's fully modeled. It even got in down by the toes a little bit, where I wasn't trying to do it at all. But yeah, using the single laser line, it works really well for these deeper holes. It catches the details surprisingly well, so I was pretty happy about that. Then I threw it into ZBrush, modified the parts up to be the size and shape I needed them to be, and then we are ready to print. So the idea here is that I can use the scanner to give me the figure I want to modify digitally, and then I can, if I want to use parts that already exist, I can scan those. That's what I did here. But just having the figure gives me the thing that I can work on. So that was like the key thing I wanted the 3D scanner for. And so I'm happy to be able to show you guys how useful this can be for customizing. I didn't need to do it for the hands or the head because I was able to just measure where the things needed to go. But for things like the feet where I need them to slide into place, measuring that and modeling that manually would be such a pain in the butt. So being able to scan it and then use like the negative of the scan to create the cavity in the part that I'm modeling, so much easier. So much easier. I'm just thrilled with how that worked out. And so now that we've got it all scanned up and modeled and everything, and now we've got it printed, so I'll go ahead and jump to that part so you guys can see how it turned out. Okay, so now you can see the first test print. You saw the scanning and the modifying of the parts a little bit, and now you can see I've done a test print in gray, because why would I use the good fancy clear resin for a test print? And this way it allows me to make some modifications and things. So for this, for instance, I didn't like the way they fit together, because like you want them to be able to get close together, but they didn't fit exactly right, so I modified that a little bit. I changed like the drainage holes and things like that. But there's our first test print in gray, and you can see we have our parts now, so super easy to do. And actually you can see on the inside of these parts, because we had the scan of the original figure, you can see all the little ice nubbins that were sticking off of his legs on the parts. So that's nice. It made it super easy compared to having to just like try to model it myself. And now we have some Iceman parts. These ones I made on my own. These just had to be like, you just peg them on. So that didn't need me to do the 3D scanning. But having these so that the legs actually fit inside them, that was super duper helpful. Now, of course, these aren't clear-coated or painted or anything, so they look a little bit unfinished, but being able to make the parts that I needed to using the old little figure and then reshaping them entirely, and then being able to scan this guy to make the negative cutout on the inside of the boots, if you want to call them boots, I made them work just like the original figure, so the feet slide in and they kind of snap on, and I did that in a little bit of a tricky way. I made it so that you have to slide his feet in like this. You slide him in this way, and then when you bend his leg up, it locks him in place. So, I mean, that has nothing to do with the scanner really, but I was able to get all of the shapes of his legs into the ice boots, if you want to call them that, the Spawn ice boots. And it just made it so easy. So I'm thrilled. This was the main reason I wanted to use a scanner in the first place, things like this. But yeah, so being able to scan the action figure to make parts that go on the action figure definitely speeds up the process, makes it so much easier and nicer. And pretty soon we'll have an Iceman, an AOA Iceman that's actually worthy of being in someone's collection, rather than this thing that they released without all these cool parts. So yeah, the scanner made that awesome, so easy, such a simple process. I mean, obviously I cut out some of the time for what you guys were seeing, but it made my job so much easier. So can't wait to get this project done, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I need to adjust the blue color a little bit, but we're pretty close. So anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about this video with the 3D scanning and how it applies to making action figure parts. And if there's anything else you want to see me do with the 3D scanner, I can try to do that for you. If you have any ideas, let me know. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.